Morning. Yeah, good night's sleep. Got straight to sleep last night. No surprise, really. I think we were all pretty exhausted once we got a belly full of food inside us. It was just a case of just get back to the room and difficult to get up, difficult to get out of bed. We've just been having a chat over breakfast about it, about how you think, okay, yeah, I'm feeling good. And then you go to movies, you think, oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, let's just take a breath. But yeah, I'm a bit sore this morning. I am a bit sore. I had a bit of a glitch on the ride yesterday with my left knee, which is not new. It did this to me before, not long before the peloton. The pain does seem to go down the outside of the left knee, and it hurts when it comes. So obviously, when you're pedaling a bike, that makes life very difficult. So yesterday I had to take probably 5 to 6k, where I just dropped back off the pack, and I let them go. I kept them inside, but I just let them go, and I had to get myself into my little zone, do a little bit of body scanning, did breathing. You can do it all when you're on a bike. Had a little bit of a discussion with my left knee, more of an argument, and I won, because, 45 minutes further down the road, although I was tired, the pain had gone. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Right, excuse me being out of breath. I'll show you why in a minute, but that was about a 4-mile drag up a hill. We've agreed that we sort of take hills ourselves, how suits best, and I got going and I got into a rhythm, and I knew if I got off, dropped off that rhythm, I don't think I'd have got back on again, because that was a heck of a climb. So I'm now going to sit tight, have a protein bar, and wait for the other guys to show up. But I'll just flick the camera around in a sec and show you what we're climbing. This is what we've come up. It's massive, and we've literally come from right down in that valley down there. I'm just going to sit tight and wait for the others to catch me now. Everybody's doing it at their own pace, but the agreement was we stay at the top and wait. But oh my good God, look at that for a view. And hopefully in a moment, one of my compatriots is going to come around that corner. And that's probably one of the least steep bits we've done, but God, did it kill me. Here comes Peachy. We've been teaching her how to get into those lower gears so she's not climbing hills in huge gears. What an effort. That takes absolute sheer determination. You're talking real mind over matter. Yeah, there's a huge physical element to it as well, but massive mind over matter to climb all the hills we face. Well done, Peachy! Take a break. Here comes Greg, number 3. Legs spinning round at 200 mile an hour. Massive achievement, and you just cannot get over the landscape.
Good, isn't it?
It's just spectacular. Well done, Greg. when he comes in whistling away. And here come Nicky and Ian. Massive achievement, I'm telling you, that is a serious hill. I think that's the biggest I've ever taken on. Well done, you two! I think I've just found the top of the world. So this is where you sometimes find yourselves in predicaments. I've just been chatting to Nicky and Ian about it. I'm in a lot of pain today. Down on this left knee. It really isn't playing ball. So I've kind of let the guys go on a little bit. And I've just sort of said, look, just give me 5. Let me see what I can do. Something really interesting happened about 8 mile back. We hit a big descent. Big one. And then I just thought, I wonder, I enjoy the descents, you know, the dopamine, everything I get off them, and I just let the brakes go and flew. Got to the bottom, pain had gone, but me and my knee are having quite an argument at the moment as to, you know, what's going on. And at the minute, I think he's winning a little bit. I'm sat here and the sheep literally looking at me going, what, bleh. Thinking there's a guy here talking to his phone. Anyway, let's see how we go a little bit later. So about 3 miles we think to a cafe. We literally are in the middle of nowhere. Just had to have a toilet stop at a village that's got no cafe, no pub, no internet signal. Really down in the bottom of nowhere. You might be able to hear the river. The only thing is, over the next 3 miles there's another great flaming hill. On Greg's Garmin he keeps telling her the colours. If it's red we don't want to know, but we've done 2, 3, 4 brutish hills. Real big one, 4.3 miles long was the one a little bit further back. It was an absolute beast. But there's been more. Today's been tough. But the biggest smile I've had today was Nicky getting up a 16%er and screaming with joy. It was amazing. Right, big hill. Yeah, that was bloody awful. Got the first bit. I know it was steeper than anything I've ever climbed. And then I got to the top, let out a big roar of got it. Turned around the corner to see it went again. Pacing is about knowing when to drop the rope. So I dropped the rope and I walked the rest of the way because that was the right thing to do. Now I'm back on as it's flattened out, taking it steady and hoping there's a cafe just up this road and I can have some lunch. So, end of day 2. I'm exhausted. Today was it was really hard, physically and mentally. I mean, the lakes were hard and the hills in the lakes were hard, but the Pennines were a different beast today. Absolute different beast. And I think at some point we all got off and we had to walk today. And that's good. It's good that we know that our limits, we know not to just push through. It's not. It's what we're taught to do. We're taught to just push through, you'll be okay. You know, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's okay to not push through. And it's okay to walk up a hill and push your bike up a hill. We've gone over some really, really big hills today. I mean, the first one was 4.3 miles long, and it just kept going and going and going. And I went out front and I got in a rhythm, and I just tapped out that rhythm, counting in my head 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I tapped that out for practically 4.5 miles. And I made it up, and I'd be a guy on an e-bike behind me. That was me 6 months ago riding e-bikes on hills. And his response was amazing. He just said to me, mate, I couldn't have done that on that. But the hill kept going. We've got pictures of at the top of one of them at 1,903 feet. But then the weather turned as well. It got wet and it got cold. And the wet and the cold really impact me. They really do. And then I started getting awful pain in my left knee. We think we've worked out what it is. Between myself, Nikki and Peachy, we think we've worked out what it is, and it's changes I've got to make in how I ride. We took on a huge hill, and this is not bragging rights, I was the only one that got up this section of the ride, but it absolutely gassed me out. Boom or bust. I went for it, and at the top of it there's a video. I turned the corner, I just thought, oh my God, there's more. And I got off, and I walked, and it completely probably gassed me out for the rest of the ride. The last sort of half an hour or so was cold. It was raining, it was wet, it was windy, and it was a tough final descent down to the Cross Keys where we are tonight in Eastgate, who've been really hospitable with us. I've had a good chat over tea, myself, Peachy and Nikki, because we're at a different place to Greg and Ian. And we've had a giggle, we've had a laugh, but my God, am I exhausted. So it's about 10:30. I'm shutting off for the day. We don't need to be away. Well, we're probably not going to be away till about 8:30 in the morning. So probably get up about 7:15, 7 o'clock, see how the body feels, and take it from there. Not much else I can say, but this is tough. This is tough for people that don't live with pain. And what we're doing here is to try and give people hope. Look, we can do things, we don't have to stop. But as long as we show self-compassion, and as long as we do it at our pace, we find our way, we can get through. We can, and that's giving people hope. Real hope.